Hey everyone, what's going on? This is my solo run of the new Everdark version of the Sentient Pest. I went ahead and picked Wilder because I know the boss is weak to fire. Wilder has excellent fire damage with his ult and his follow-up greatsword attack, which does the fire affinity addition. And I have all those good fire type power boosting relics, so it was a natural choice to go with Wilder here. Just wrapping up my night 1 here with the Centipede Demon. Noteworthy finds in night 1. I did get the Fire Claymore, which is good, and then I also picked up an a seal that came with the Flame of Frenzy incantation. So, I was looking at the map to figure out the best route here. I wanted to hit Everjail. So I marked one that's kind of on the way with the church and then the castle, and I make my way there. This whole run, except for the final boss, is just going to be sped up. I try to fight this golden hippo, get chomped on, and immediately decide it's not worth my time. Part of this game is just being as efficient as you can, and a red-eye version of a boss at level 9, while it can be done. Honestly, you just gotta pick your battles. I wanted to hit this Everjail instead, because you get bonus runes if nothing else. And of course, it was a Dragon Kid soldier, which, you know, they are not my favorite, but it is what it is. I slowly whittle them down and get them with the ult there, get the repost. Having the +2 fire attack on a relic on top of all his fire damage he does, honestly incredible. Just absolute dropping damage in some cases. Unless you're unlucky like me and you get the Centipede Demon as well as a Magma Worm for your night 1 and 2 bosses. Both fire resistant. You know, what are you gonna do? That's the name of the game sometimes. But I grabbed that church after the Dragonkin Soldier Everjail, and right way to the castle, and imagine my excitement when I actually get Crucible Knights. Believe it or not, that talisman actually helps me, because it'll end up making my spells faster when I'm casting my Flame of Frenzy for the boss, so I think it does help me. Unfortunately, I still struggle against Crucible Knights. I know, you know, a lot of people say, oh, they're parry bait, just parry them. It's like, well, you know, I'm stubborn, and I'm not good at parrying. I was not good at Sekiro, guys, I'm sorry. It's not who I am. I'm not the parry boy. Not the parry boy. But anyway, knowing that I have Crucible Knights, I opt out of checking the basement boss for a while. I made the mistake of trying to do the basement boss last time early, and dying 5 times and being too stubborn to walk away. And it ruined my whole night too, so my plan was just get one more level there quick, and then I'm just going to farm out as many Crucible Knights as I can. They're really high value in terms of souls, and when you kill the spear ones, you can get some good stuff also. It's funny, because I ended up replacing my Wilder shield with that golden great shield, and I don't even think I used it once, but I thought if I found an enemy I wanted to guard, you know. I mean, it's good stuff, but it just didn't end up getting used in the run. The spear ones are a little bit easier to fight for me, because I can actually do damage to them. You know, they're not hiding behind that shield I can't get through. Get him with the ult there and kill him. And he actually dropped Vike's War Spear, and I thought, man, that might be good for the boss, so I grab it. Even though spears aren't the best on Wilder. Well, and I end up not using that either. Spoiler alert. I thought I would, but I pretty much just stuck with my Flame of Frenzy incant that I picked up. And this was my first attempt at the Everdark version of this boss, this run. So I was very happy to take him down first try. I remember Adele came out, you know, the Gaping Jaw, and it took me almost a whole week to finally down him, and then Follow I down within the first couple nights, and this boss was first try. I mean, I might be getting better, or I might be getting more lucky. You know? I think this is the last Crucible night, I believe. I believe after this one I ended up moving to the circle. Alright, after this I checked the basement boss just to see what it was, because I knew I was a higher level now after that. I should have checked the upstairs boss, I was right here. You know, in hindsight, I should have just looked at it real quick. But I thought the basement boss would be better for the talisman. But here I go, I run down. And when I get in there, I see it's a red wolf, which, if you've seen my last video, you know I hate. So I just run away. Even at level 13, I don't really want to fight them. I hate the red wolves. I'm not good at their moveset. They're too erratic. I upgrade my claymore, fire claymore, to +1, and I get the Winding Grace. And now my goal is to quickly hit a church. I pick up whatever boluses I can. And right outside this church was an easy Miranda Blossom fight. So I decided just to grab the extra souls. Although unfortunately, even with the fire damage, for whatever reason, this takes longer than it should. I mean, obviously I'm still chunking them. But it took more time than I wanted it to. The rain catches up to me here. But I grabbed the Stance Breaker, which is nice. Better for Raider, but I'll take it. And then I run into the Night 2 area. And like I said, I get screwed out of my fire damage again because I end up getting Magma Worm. So it's just a kind of a battle of attrition at this point, once I get to it. These guys go down pretty easy, which is nice. I thought these guys would be resistant to fire also. And I chunked them. Yeah, you can see, unfortunately, I spec for a fire build. I got 2 fire resistant night bosses. I mean, it's just the name of the game. I tried switching to the spear. I guess I thought maybe it was a different type of fire damage, and it's not. I don't know why I thought that. And I go back to the greatsword pretty quick. I think I actually, at some point, I believe I switched to the Banished Knight greatsword that I have, because even though my skills still make it a fire affinity, it's more raw damage without it being a fire claymore. I think I switched. It's towards the end of the fight that I think about it, which is unfortunate. But I was getting low on heals too here. I was worried I was going to end up using a Winding Grace. Maybe I don't switch. I thought I did. Maybe it was a Centipede Demon I switched to. I should have switched. But the fight's over there. I get the affinity damage negation. Felt like the best option. And then I head into the shelter. I start testing a couple things just to see how they feel. And that seems fine. It probably would be pretty good. But like I said, I just stuck with the incantation during the fight. I didn't even try it. I should have tried it at least to see what the, compare and contrast kind of thing. But I didn't. The spell felt really good, so I just stuck with it. I pick up one of the flasks, and then I pick up some starlight shards in case I need them for spamming my spell. But I also have a passive that I get FP back on damage taken, which definitely helps. Actually, it was pretty good getting a bunch of FP back the whole fight. I kind of just scroll through my specials and passives to see what I had. I feel like I had a pretty good stack. I mean, could it have been better? Yes, but considering I had all those decent ones and I was level 14, and I felt pretty good about this run. I was just trying out the spell, and then I finally go in and we take it to the boss. Now, this was my first time fighting him in general. That being said, I did see a video on the fight, so I wasn't blind. I knew what to expect and what my strategy was, which helped. If I went into this blind, I probably would have lost. Phase 2, it starts with Phase 2 Pest, and because there's a second health bar, this version, I think he does the same damage, but he's significantly weaker health-wise. Can't confirm, but that's what it seemed like to me at the time. I mean, he gets chunked pretty easy right now. Bam, 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 bam. And I knocked him out. I still don't know where the post is. Maybe he doesn't have one. You break his stance, but you can't take the riposte. Maybe one of these days I'll figure it out. But I thought Phase 1 here went really well, because I took him out pretty quick. I only used 2 heals, so I felt pretty good. Going into Phase 2 here, here's where I use that second heal. I wait for him to finish screaming, and I basically go in for the kill here. So the name of the game is that secondary spirit moth, we'll call him, Animus, whatever his name is. He basically revives, right? So you have to have one of them dead, and then he attaches himself to whoever you kill. And once you do that, then you can start damaging him. I have not confirmed whether or not you can damage him when he's not attached. I haven't tried. I couldn't really do anything at range with Wilder. If I was going to do this fight with Iron Eye, maybe I'd try to shoot a couple arrows just to see. But I don't think it works that way. I think you have to let him attach himself so that you can damage him. I think that's the whole point of the fight. So I start spamming my Flame of Frenzy once he's over here trying to revive. And it does good damage. For only having C and Faith on Wilder, it does good damage. So even just right there at the startup animation using my ult, I've chunked, what, a third of his health away? I mean, it's going good. I used my cheap death there. I go for another frenzy. And I believe this is where my first down happens. I didn't dodge this properly. Because I'd only seen a video on the fight once, and this is my first fight, so I don't know all the timings or any of that yet. I go ahead and do another Flame Frenzy, and eventually here he gets back off the Scorpion. I take my heal. I try to just burn him down some more. But now it's just a Scorpion. He detached himself here. So I quickly take the Scorpion right back down. Which is nice. It brings him right back to the Scorpion again. And I just start chunking him again. That was a really good spell to pick up for this fight. I accidentally get madness on myself, but I think it works out okay here for me. At this point in the fight, yeah, I don't know what happened to the moth, the regular moth. I don't know where he went. I was not getting attacked by any of his spells, which was nice. But I don't remember seeing him anymore. I don't know what happened to him. I mean, he has to be flying around somewhere. You know, doing this recording post-commentary, I find myself looking into peripherals right now, trying to see if I don't see him somewhere. I mean, he's got to be around. But I don't see him anywhere. Oh, he went down here, so I just try to chunk some more damage. I believe I go down again at some point. Because I do. I use my natural revive and I use my 2 Wending Graces. It's such a weird attack to dodge. There's like so many timings for it. I imagine you gotta dodge right as the wave comes into you. I didn't quite figure it out in this first fight against him. But he tired himself out, and I think this is where it kind of ends. He detaches from the thing, unfortunately, but because he's so weak without the moth, I kind of just kill him again right away. Like the first time, so he just comes right back, and then this is where it ends. I just get him with Flame and Frenzy. But yeah, first try, it felt really good to kill him first try. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully this video was entertaining.